In this part of the lesson, we need to state the domain of each function. Before we write the domain, we need to identify the type of the function that we will study. At the first, I will start with a polynomial function. The domain for any polynomial function is equals R. The second type of the function that we have, f of x, is equals to a of x over b of x, the function which is written in the form of a fraction. The domain will be all of the number except the zeros of the denominator. I need to remove the values which makes the denominator equal 0. The third type that we have when we have the function with a square root. The domain for this function will be the value of the expression under the square root will be greater than or equal 0. The fourth type of function when we have a root at the denominator. In this case, the domain will be a of x is more than 0. For question number 23, f of x equals 2 plus x divided by x bar 2 minus 7x. Once we have a fraction at the first look at the denominator, so it will be x bar 2 minus 7x is equal 0. To solve the equation, we need to factorize. The first type of factorization that we have, which is common factor. So take x as the common factor. X bar 2 divided by x equals x minus 7x divided by x equals 7. All of that is equal 0. You will find that x is equal 0 or x is equal to 7. Then the domain will be all of the real number except the value of 0 and 7. You will find the same in question number 24. We have x bar 2 plus 7x plus 12 equals 0. The denominator is equal to 0. Now we can factorize, or we can use mod 5-3 by using the calculator. Just write x and x because there is no common factor. I need two numbers. If you multiply them, the answer will be 12. If you add them, the answer will be 7. You will find that the two numbers are 4 and 3. The sign of the middle is the sign of the greatest number. Once 12 is positive, it means the two numbers have the same sign. Then x is equals to negative 4 or x is equal to negative 3. You will find that the domain will be all of the number except negative 4 and the negative 3. What if we have a square root? We set the domain of the function. When we have a square root, just we write t minus 5 is more than or equal to 0. The expression under the square root is more than or equal to 0. Once we have the inequality of the first degree, so it will be t is more than or equals 5. So the domain now will be equals t is greater than or equals 5. In question number 26, we have g of a equals to the square root of a bar 2 minus 4. We have a square root function, so the expression under the square root will be more than or equal 0. But you will find that the inequality that we have of the second degree, because we have bar 2. So we need to convert to be an equation. So it will be a bar 2 minus 4 is equal 0. By solving, you will find that we have two solutions. A could be equals to negative 2, or a is equals to positive 2. To solve the equation, we just draw the number line. Just write negative 2 and a positive 2. Once it's greater than or equal, it will be closed. Now we need to check which part above the x-axis, which part below the x-axis. A bar 2 minus 4 represented by a parabola. Minus 4, it means the graph is shifted 4 units down. So that's how the graph of the parabola is look like. There is a part above the x-axis which is before negative 2. So that part will be positive. A part below the x-axis which is between negative 2 and 2. This part will be negative. Then the third part above the x-axis will be positive. So the solution will be the part above the x-axis because we need more than or equal. Then we need to write the domain. So the domain now will be equal from negative infinity to negative 2. As we know that negative infinity is open and negative 2 is closed because that's included. Then we have another part, so we say union. 2 and a positive infinity. For this part, we have h of x is equals to 1 over the square root of x bar 2 minus 9. Once we have a fraction and at the denominator we have a root, so it will be x bar 2 minus 9 is greater than 0. We can say more than or equal because we can make the denominator is equal to 0. Once we have a quadratic equation of the second degree, then it will be x bar 2 minus 9 is equal to 0. So we have x is equal to negative 3 or x is equal to positive 3. Now just to graph the number line We have negative 3 and the positive 3. The parabola is shifted 9 units down. So the part before negative 3 will be positive. Between negative 3 and 3 will be negative. After 3 will be positive. Now negative 3 and the positive 3, both of them are open because it's more than only. So the domain will be, we just shade the solution. The part before negative 3 and the part after 3. Because we need more than 0. More than 0, it means the part above the x-axis. So the domain will be equals from negative infinity to negative 3. Both of them are open. Union from 3 to positive infinity. In question number 28, we have the same h of x equals 8x divided by the square root of 2x plus 6. So once we have a square root at the denominator, so the expression under the square root will be more than 0. Then 2x is more than negative 6. Then x is more than negative 3. Then the domain will be from negative 3 to positive infinity. Both of them are open.